Hey everyone, Shnickerman here, back with another video. Today we're going to do two things. Number one, I want to thank everyone for watching the why I'm selling my video game collection. It seemed like a lot of people were interested in why I decided to sell my video games, and a lot of you commented as well that you either had similar experiences or you were planning on selling your collection as well. This video right now is going to be how to sell video games. I previously made a video, I think over a year ago, which I'm going to put a little tab right here that you can click on and watch that if you're interested in it. But this one's going to be updated, and I'm going to really walk you through how easy it is to sell video games as I start going through my process of selling and downsizing my video game collection. First off, I want to start with saying that don't let anyone bully you and say that you're bad for selling video games. There's a lot of people in the community right now who try to villainize people that are selling games in order to buy other things that they want, and there's nothing wrong with that. I also wanted to note that I'm about to start a new series as well that I'll talk about the games that I sold from my collection, what I got them for, and what they end up selling for. This was a recommendation by a viewer, so thank you very much, and I'm excited to put this series in motion as well. So now let's start with just the basics. Realistically, most video games are pretty light in weight, which is going to be important. And all you really need for most of these is just a bubble mailer. And depending on if the game is super delicate or super expensive, you might want to buy either a few of these that you can stack together or some cardboard and other packing materials that will lower the chance of your item getting damaged in travel. So here you can see a few different bubble mailers. There's a few different kinds you can get, all different sizes. You can pick some off of eBay or Amazon. They're really cheap. I'll have a few links in the description below, a few different size ones. This one's a little bit more narrow. You can put like N64 games in here, Game Boy games, etc. And even though it's longer, you can fold it over to make extra padding before you seal it. If you go on eBay, you can get eBay branded ones, which if you think that's cool, go for it. There's different colors, different styles, whatever you want to do. I also especially like this bigger one right here. Fits pretty much all games, PS4, Xbox One. And again, you can kind of fold it over to make 2 layers of protection, which is super nice. And another thing I want to mention is, and I'll link some kind of video here, USPS actually gives you free bubble mailers, but you can only ship something in this if it's priority mail, and then this is a flat rate envelope, so you have to pay about $9 to ship something in this. But what this is really nice for is bigger things, collector's editions, things that can't necessarily get damaged too easily, but they're big and heavy, because it doesn't matter how heavy it is when you put it in this envelope. All right, now the next thing you're gonna need is some type of printer to print the shipping label. Easiest thing here is to get a standard computer printer. Inkjet printer doesn't really matter. It can be wireless. It can plug directly in your PC. It all depends on personal preference, but you pretty much just need black and white, so you can keep that in mind as well. Ink is expensive, so if you're only going to really use black and white, that's going to save you in the long run. I'll also note I use a thermal printer, which I'll put a link in the description as well. These can vary in price as well. They're going to be roughly $100 to $200, but trust me, if you plan on selling a lot of games, this is well worth it, because the labels themselves are either extremely cheap or you can get them for free from FedEx, and you don't have to worry about ink ever again. It prints thermally, which basically means it kind of like burns the ink into the sticker, so it means even if you go out in the rain, the sticker, like the ink is not going to wash off. It's always going to be there. It's much quicker than most printers, so I would highly recommend, if you take selling video games seriously, get yourself a thermal printer. It pretty much changed my selling life. So this next thing is going to blow your mind if you're used to just printing out shipping labels and taping it on with tape. They make rolls of these little shipping labels here, which are stickers. You can thermally print it right on here, take the sticker off, stick it on your package, and you're good to go. They also make them in normal printer version, where this one is 2 different shipping labels. Same thing, you print it out, you take the sticker off, you put it on, you're good to go. That'll save you a lot of time. Now let's talk about exactly how much it's going to cost. For the most part, if you ship something in the United States to another person in the United States, depending on distance, it's going to be probably less than $10. And if you're under, I think, 8 ounces or something like that, it's going to be probably less than $5. If you're anywhere from 8 ounces to about 1 pound, it'll cost you more towards $8 to $10. Keep in mind that whatever your prices you're going to be selling for, unless you have the shipping accounted for separately, it's going to cost you at maximum $5 if it's like a PS4 game, standard edition, or Xbox One or something like that. It can't be more than that, as long as you're not packing it with something super heavy for no reason. So now once you have that, the next thing you want to do is go to your selling platform of choice, which in my case is pretty much always going to be eBay for the most part. And you want to search sold listings for the game that you're interested in selling. Take a look at what's actually selling. Then you want to evaluate a few things, and a lot of people don't talk about this. The lower the price your item is compared to others, and the more of this item that actually sells, the faster you're going to sell it and the more likely you're going to sell it. So keep in mind, you can make the price whatever you want, but the more outlandish it is, the less likely you're going to sell it. This is basic economics, but a lot of people don't understand this. So once you have your shipping label printed and you have your game all sealed up, now before you actually print the shipping label, you need to know how much it weighs. So another thing I would recommend is getting a small scale, and you can actually weigh all your packages, and then you can pay for the shipping label at your house. You don't even have to go to the post office, and you'll actually be able to save money that way. So I'll highly recommend that. Again, link in the description to the scale I use, but feel free to use any one you want. Then once you know how much it weighs, you can go and print a shipping label using your printer. Another thing I want to mention, especially on eBay as a platform, is if you're interested in selling your games faster and you don't mind sacrificing a little bit of your profit, I highly recommend using the promoted option on eBay. Just put a small percentage there, and eBay actually ups the amount of times that they would show it to somebody, putting it higher in the listings, which will theoretically make it easier to sell. I haven't confirmed this 100%, but I do recommend at least playing around with it if you're interested in making money more quickly, especially if you're offloading your collection like I am. I want to note that there will be a series of videos coming up. I don't know how often I'll get posted because it depends on how many things I'm selling, but I'm going to look at the games I'm selling from my collection, what they sold for, what I paid for them, so rough profits of what I'm making. And so you guys can kind of follow my selling of my game collection kind of in real time, see how much progress I'm making. It's starting off pretty slow so far, so keep that in mind, but I think it'll be an interesting journey and I hope all of you guys enjoy it. If you have any additional questions about shipping or any future videos related to the topic that you might want to see, as always, leave it in the comments. I appreciate you all watching. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. And until next time, peace out, everyone.